we have Clonorchis sinensis, Opistorchis felinus. Now, let us start with Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica, the sheep liver fluke. Sheep liver fluke. And producing the disease called sheep liver rot. Sheep liver rot or Fasciolasis hepatica. Fasciolasis hepatica. It is cosmopolitan in distribution, more prevalent in sheep-raising countries. Sheep-raising countries. Okay. Nagtanong ako kanina dun sa section A kung anong alam nilang sheep-raising countries. Ay yung binigay nila kung ano nakasulat sa notes. Rebecca, ano nakasulat sa notes?
New Zealand po, Doc.
Oo. Luma na pala yan. Iba na ang mga sheep-raising countries. Number 1, China. China. Second, India. Tapos, Sudan. Yun pala ang mga sheep-raising countries. Anyway, the habitat, as you know, is in the liver. Where in the liver? It is in the proximal biliary passages in the liver. And also it can be found in the gallbladder. But in the liver, it is on the proximal biliary passages. When we say proximal, it is near or at the center. Pag sinabing proximal, near or at the center. And in this case, proximal biliary passages. These biliary passages on the proximal side has a bigger lumen. No? Malaki ang lumen sa proximal side ng biliary passages. Nandoon ang fasciola hepatica because fasciola hepatica is big. So, nandoon siya sa bigger lumen ng biliary passages, the proximal biliary passages. Now, eto siya. Look at the anterior end. Fasciola hepatica has cephalic cone. Cephalic cone. Ayan ang cephalic cone. Tawag dito cephalic cone. And there is broadly attenuated posterior end. Broadly attenuated posterior end. Yan. Yun lang dalawang yan makita mo. Malaking flukes with cephalic cone and broadly attenuated posterior end. Fasciola na. Kasi sa loob, puro dendritic. Yung structure, yung organs are all dendritic. They have dendritic testes. In tandem, ito, dendritic testes. Dendritic ovary, dendritic intestinal ceca, dendritic vitellaria. So, puro dendritic. At mahirap ma-distinguish yung organ sa loob ng fasciola hepatica. Para ma-identify mo, it is big. Fasciola hepatica is a big fluke with cephalic cone and broadly attenuated posterior end. Maliwanag, Catherine? And?
Yes, Doc.
Nakabukas ang notes mo?
Opo.
Ikaw, Eileen.
Yes po, Doc.
Si Rose, Sian.
Yes po, Doc.
Okay, so tuloy natin. Eto siya. Kita mo kagad, merong cephalic-cone. Tapos yung posterior end, broadly attenuated. So the posterior end is attenuated. Ito lang makita mong ito, fasciola hepatica na. Kasi yung loob, mahirap ma-distinguish yung mga structure sa loob. No? So, cephalic-cone, broadly attenuated posterior end. Ayan. Ito ang kanyang egg. They have a large egg, ovoidal, with operculum, immature when laid. Immature when laid, like a chicken's egg. Like a chicken's egg. A large egg. This is the largest egg we have in the laboratory. The egg of Fasciola hepatica. Large, immature egg. Like a chicken's egg. Okay. Tuloy natin. Fasciola hepatica. First intermediate host, snail. Anong snail? Limnia truncatula. Limnia truncatula. The snail host of Fasciola hepatica. And the larval development is sporosis regia. Sporosis regia, and then cercaria. The larval development of Fasciola hepatica in Limnia truncatula. The second intermediate host are aquatic vegetation. Aquatic vegetations like watercress. Watercress. We will take up the life cycle later. Now, pathology of Fasciola hepatica is mechanical and toxic effect. There is mechanical and toxic effect caused by Fasciola hepatica, producing traumatic and necrotic lesion. Traumatic or necrotic lesion. Now, the migrating larvae may be lodged into ectopic foci, producing abscess or fibrosis. They may produce abscess or fibrosis. The adult provoke inflammation and adenomatous changes in the biliary epithelium with fibrosis of the duct. Anjali.
Yes po, Doc.
Meron ka sa notes?
Yes po, Doc.
Ha?
Meron po, Doc.
Tignan mo, may notes ka ba dyan?
Meron po, Doc.
Oo. Meron ito sa notes mo? Ha?
Yes po, Doc. Meron po.
Meron?
Apo, meron po.
Sige. Ikaw, Angelica, meron ka sa notes mo?
Yes, Doc. Meron po.
Good. Sige. Tuloy natin, ha? Symptomatology. Signs and symptoms of biliary obstruction and cholangitis. Biliary obstruction and cholangitis. Now, what is cholangitis? Stephen John, what is cholangitis?
Inflammation of the biliary passages po.
Okay. Inflammation of the bile duct. Okay. Now, there is also chills, fever, right upper quadrant pain, hepatomegaly. Now, colic pain, obstructive jaundice. There is epigastric pain and abdominal tenderness. Now, cholelithiasis is relatively common complication. Cholelithiasis is a relatively common complication. What is cholelithiasis? Cholelithiasis. Gerson, Brad.
Doc, stones in the gallbladder.
Is correct. Stone in the gallbladder. Okay. Let us continue. Symptomatology. There is halsoon or suffocation. Halsoon or suffocation is a temporary lodgement of the adult in the pharyngeal mucosa, causing congestion of the subpalate, pharynx, larynx, and eustachian tube. Okay? Now, this congestion of the subpalate, pharynx, larynx, and eustachian tube causes dyspnea, dysphagia, and deafness. Dyspnea, dysphagia, and deafness. I call this 3D para madaling tandaan. Doon sa halsoon, merong 3D. Ano yung 3D? Dyspnea, dysphagia, and deafness. Okay. And there is also false fascioliasis. False fascioliasis. And this happens or occurs when there is ingestion of infected liver with the adult on it. Nakain yung liver na may adult. So, na-digest yung liver. Na-digest yung adult. Exposing the eggs. And the eggs are evacuated with the stool. So, nakita yung egg. May stool ng Fasciola hepatica. So, sasabihin, meron siyang fascioliasis. Now, to know whether it is false or genuine fascioliasis, have a 3 liver-free diet. 3-day liver-free diet. Ano ibig sabihin nun, Mary Louise? Liver-free diet for 3 days. Ano ibig sabihin? Mary Louise? Wala si Mary Louise. Tignan natin yung iba. Si Joy. RB Joy.
Yes po, Doc.
Ano ibig sabihin ng liver-free diet for 3 days? Nasa notes? Wala. Liver-free.
Wala po.
Wala. Hindi libreng liver, ha? Hindi bibigyan ng liver, libre, walang bayad. Ang ibig sabihin ng liver-free diet for 3 days, hindi kakain ng liver yung pasyente at least 3 days. Maliwanag? Maliwanag? Faye? Tungol? Faye? Maliwanag?
Yes po, Doc.
Oo, walang liver for 3 days. Then, examine the stool. If after 3 days of liver-free diet, the stool still have eggs of Fasciola, then it is true fascioliasis. if there are still eggs in the stool after liver-free diet. Now, if there are no more eggs in the stool after liver-free diet, then it is false fasciolasis. Maliwanag? Maria, Clarissa, maliwanag yun?
Yes po, Doc.
Nasa notes mo?
Apo, nasa notes po.
O, yung iba kasi wala sa notes nila. No? O, sige. Yung wala sa notes nila, ilagay nyo. Kulang yung notes na nakuha nyo. Any question? So, we have here halcyon and false or genuine fasciolasis. Now, diagnosis is stool examination. Drug use. Walang kamatayang praziquantel. Control and prevention. Personal hygiene. Good personal hygiene. Environmental sanitation. Eradication of worms from the reservoir host. Killing of molluscan host. And public education. Now, let us continue with another liver fluke. This is Clonorchis sinensis. Clonorchis sinensis. Common name, Chinese liver fluke. Chinese liver fluke. Letter C. Chinese liver fluke. Another common name, Oriental liver fluke. Oriental liver fluke. Now take note. Oriental na naman ito. Huwag kayong mako-confuse, ha? Merong nauna tayong Oriental blood fluke. Ano yung Oriental blood fluke? Answer.
Japonicum po, Doc.
Correct. Schistosoma japonicum. Oriental blood fluke. Now is Oriental liver fluke. Liver fluke. This is Clonorchis sinensis. Again, meron pang isang Oriental. And this is Oriental lung fluke. Oriental lung fluke. Paragonimus westermani. Kaya tandaan ninyo itong mga Oriental na ito. Oriental blood fluke, Oriental liver fluke, Oriental lung fluke. Yung Oriental, malalaman mo kung taga saan. Kung taga blood, kung taga liver, o taga lungs. Maliwanag yon? Mary Louise, nandiyan ka na, Mary?
Yes po, Doc.
Oh, sige. Now, tuloy natin. Disease produced clonorchiasis. Clonorchiasis. And geographical distribution, Far East, in China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam. Far East, China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Now, the habitat. Take note. The habitat is distal biliary passages. Distal biliary passages. Yung fasciola, proximal biliary passages. Natatandaan ninyo ang sinabi ko kanina sa fasciola? Yung proximal, nasa gitna or near the center, and the lumen is bigger. No? Pag yung nasa gitna, proximal, ang lumen, malalaki. Bigger lumen. Kasi malaki yung fasciola. So dun siya. Ang clonorchis, maliit. Kaya nasa distal biliary passages siya. Yung distal biliary passages, ang lumen is smaller. Did you get that, Faye?
Yes po, Doc.
Oh, nasa notes?
Yes po.
Okay. So, ang habitat ng Clonorchis sinensis nasa distal biliary passages. Mas maliit ang lumen kasi mas maliit ang Clonorchis sinensis. Or they are in the pancreatic duct or gallbladder. Ang habitat ng Clonorchis sinensis. O, tingnan nyo, mas maliit siya. Ayan. Oral ventral sucker, and they have simple intestinal ceca. Now, the first thing that was noticed in Clonorchis sinensis, ang unang napapansin sa Clonorchis sinensis ay ang kanyang testis. Wow, first thing to be noticed, yung kanyang testis. They have dendritic testis in tandem at the posterior end. Yan ang kanyang unang napapansin sa kanya. Unang napapansin sa Clonorchis, ang kanyang testis. Okay. Sa tao, ano ang unang napapansin? Patricia Ann, sa tao, anong unang napapansin? Patricia?
Yung ano po, Doc, appearance.
Ha?
Yung appearance po.
Oo. Unang-una yung mukha, di ba? Ako, unang-unang napapansin ko, mukha eh. Sa Clonorchis, ang unang-unang mapapansin, testis. Okay? Maliwanag. Ayan ang kanyang testis. Now, ito ang kanyang ovary, ang uterus. Ito ang ventral sucker, oral sucker, vitellaria on the lateral side. Ayan. Ito ang intestinal ceca, simple. Okay? And this is the egg. How would you describe the egg? Like an old-fashioned electric bulb. Meron siyang shoulder rim. Ayan. Shoulder rim, the operculum, and knob at the posterior end. Mature when laid. Old-fashioned electric bulb. Okay? Any question? Wala. Ayan siya. Ito ang kanyang testis. Dendritic testis in tandem at the posterior end. Ayan. Oral sucker, ventral sucker, intestinal ceca. Ayan. Ito ang uterus, vitellaria sa gilid. No? Mas maliit siya compare sa fasciola hepatica. Kaya ang habitat niya, distal biliary passages. At ito ang kanyang egg. Oh, like an old-fashioned electric bulb. Mature when laid with shoulder rim. Ayan, shoulder rim. At operculum. May knob dito sa posterior end. Mature when laid. Old-fashioned electric bulb with shoulder rim. Oh, kauulit, memorize mo na yan. Di ba? Wala nang question. Tuloy natin. Clonorchis sinensis. First intermediate host, snail. Anong snail? Oh, remember that? Yung sinabi ko sa inyo, yung Schistosoma hematobium, ang kanyang snail ay bulinus. I told you to remember that because there is another snail, Bulimus, letter M. And this is Bulimus, the snail host of Clonorchis sinensis. Another one, Alosinma. Alosinma. Pero, madaling tandaan, Bulimus, the snail host of Clonorchis sinensis. And the larval development of Clonorchis in this Bulimus is Sporosis regia cercaria. Sporosis regia cercaria. The second intermediate hosts are freshwater fishes. Freshwater fishes like cyprinoid fish. Freshwater fishes like cyprinoid fish. Okay? Now, pathology. There is proliferative inflammatory reaction in the biliary epithelium. Proliferative inflammatory reaction in the biliary epithelium may cause biliary obstruction, black common bile duct. They may cause biliary obstruction, black common bile duct. There is trauma and toxic irritation, cholecystitis and cholelithiasis. O, alam nyo na kung ano ibig sabihin ng cholecystitis saka cholelithiasis. Juan, Miguel, ano yung cholecystitis? Alam mo yon? Juan?
Yung inflammation po ng gallbladder, Doc.
Inflammation ng gallbladder, cholecystitis. And cholelithiasis.
Yung gallbladder stones po.
Correct. Maliwanag, ha? Yang cholecystitis and cholelithiasis. And it has been linked with neoplasm of the bile duct. Clonorchis sinensis has been linked with neoplasm of the bile duct. Maliwanag yun? Ngayon, dyan sa notes ninyo, meron ba kayong nakita dyan sa notes na Opisthochus biberini? Gail, may nakita ka sa notes mo?
Wala po, Doc.
Wala. O, sige. Francia, ikaw, may nakita ka?
Wala rin po, Doc.
Okay. Jason, meron? Bonifacio?
Wala rin po, Doc.
Okay. Kasi nabanggit ko yan minsan sa lecture ko kasi this biberini is the most common cause of neoplasm of the liver in Thailand. Okay, hindi na bali. Basta dito sa tatlong liver fluke na pag-aaralan natin, Clonorchis sinensis has been linked with neoplasm of the bile duct. Maliwanag? Clonorchis sinensis has been linked with neoplasm of the bile duct. Okay, let us continue. It is mild, essentially asymptomatic. Maliit lang siya, mild siya. Can cause hepatomegaly, tender liver, intermittent jaundice, right upper quadrant pain, and fever. There is abdominal fullness, irregular appetite, diarrhea, and also symptoms of cholecystitis and hepatitis. Clonorchis sinensis. Okay. Tuloy natin. Diagnosis, stool examination. Drug use, ang praziquantel. Control and prevention, thorough cooking of freshwater fishes. Good personal hygiene, environmental sanitation, public education. Okay? So ituloy natin dun sa isa pang liver fluke, ang Opistorchis felinus. Opistorchis felinus. Feline. Cat. So the common name is cat liver fluke. Opistorchis felinus, cat liver fluke. Producing the disease called opistorchiasis. Opistorchiasis. Geographical distribution, Southern, Central, and Eastern Europe, and also in Asia. Southern, Central, and Eastern Europe, and Asia. Ang Opistorchis felinus. The habitat is like the habitat of Clonorchis, because Opistorchis is also small. So they are found in the distal biliary passages where the lumen is smaller. Distal biliary passages. Also in the pancreatic duct, gallbladder. Okay? Eto. O, tingnan nyo. Di ba maliit din siya? Oral, ventral sucker, simple intestinal ceca, and these are the testes, obliquely placed testes, ovary, uterus. Okay, and these you memorize. These are the vitellaria with transversely compressed vitellaria on the middle lateral third of the worm. Transversely compressed vitellaria on the middle third of on the lateral side of the worm. Maliwanag yun, Lenice, Eleanor?
Yes po, Doc.
Nasa notes mo?
Opo, Doc.
Okay. Tandaan nyo yan, ha? Okay. Now, the egg is like an old-fashioned electric bulb. Oh, puro old-fashioned electric bulb, ha? Merong shoulder rim, mature when laid, operculum, naba the posterior end. Okay, paulit-ulit lang. Hindi nyo na makakalimutan ang old-fashioned electric bulb. Pero, ano-ano yon? Natapos na yung Clonorchis, ito pa ang Opistorchis, old-fashioned. Ayan. Ang adult, obliquely placed testis, deeply lobed testis, obliquely placed, ovary, uterus, ventral sucker, oral sucker, intestinal ceca, and these are the vitellaria, transversely compressed on the middle third lateral side of the worm. On the middle third lateral side of the worm. Transversely compressed vitellaria for Opistorchis felinus. And this is the old-fashioned electric bulb with shoulder rim, operculum, knob at the posterior end. Ayan. And mature when laid, the old-fashioned electric bulb. Now, the first intermediate host, is still Bulimus. So Clonorchis, Bulimus. Now, Opistorchis, Bulimus again. But then, the larval development of Opistorchis is different. Sporosis. Then Regia, Cercaria. The larval development of Opistorchis felinus is sporosis. Regia and then Cercaria. The second intermediate host, fishes na naman. Freshwater fishes. Like Cyprinus carpio. Fish sa Opistorchis. Clonorchis, fish. Pare-pareho, di ba? Okay, tuloy natin. Inflammatory and proliferative changes in the biliary epithelium. These are the pathology. There will be inflammatory and proliferative changes in the biliary epithelium. There is fibrosis of the biliary vessel. Fibrosis. Okay. Now, the pathologic process may extend to the proximal bile duct and gallbladder. The gallbladder and may result in periportal fibrosis. Periportal fibrosis. Rex, Marvin?
Yes po, Doc.
Meron ka nito sa notes?
Yes po.
Okay, good. Tignan nyo, ha? Now, symptomatology of Opistorchis felinus may cause moderate painful enlargement of the liver and passive congestion of the spleen. May cause moderate painful enlargement of the liver and passive congestion of the spleen. Bile stone may form around the egg. Cholecystitis with colic pain. There could be cholecystitis with colic pain and also loss of appetite. Okay, loss of appetite. Now, diagnosis, stool examination. Drug use. Walang kamatayang praziquantel. Control and prevention. Abstinence from eating raw or inadequately cooked fish and proper cooking of fish. Another one, sanitary excreta disposal. Sanitary excreta disposal for control and prevention. Okay, now, the life cycle of liver fluke. Pinagsama na natin yung tatlo. Life cycle ng Fasciola hepatica, Clonorchis sinensis, and Opistorchis felinus. They are liver fluke. We have the manner of transmission is ingestion of Metacercaria from raw or improperly cooked second intermediate host. The second intermediate host of Fasciola hepatica are aquatic vegetation like watercress. The second intermediate host of Clonorchis sinensis and Opistorchis felinus are fishes. This is where the Metacercaria, the infective stages are found in this second intermediate host. Now, so this Metacercaria The infective stage is ingested. Metacercaria exists in the duodenum. Okay? So, tingnan ninyo ha. Yung metacercaria ng Fasciola hepatica exists in the duodenum. Then follow. Migrating larvae migrate through the intestinal wall. Migrate to the intestinal wall. Binutas niya yung intestinal wall to the body cavity. So, lumabas na siya ng intestine. Napunta na siya sa body cavity. Then goes to Gleason's capsule, to the liver, and in the liver, to the proximal biliary passages, the habitat. Maliwanag ba yun? Sa Riz, tama ba? Shariz? Diaz?
Opo, Doc.
Oo. Meron ka nito sa notes?
Meron po, Doc.
Okay. Any question? So, yung migrating larva ng Fasciola hepatica lumabas ng intestine. Ha? Tapos, punta sa liver. Now, tingnan natin. Ang Clonorchis sa Opistorchis. The Metacercaria exists in the duodenum. Now, for Clonorchis and Opistorchis, the migrating larvae usually enter the common bile duct. So, punta sila sa common bile duct through the ampulla of Vater. So, naghanap sila ng butas. Ang nakita nila, ampulla of Vater. Tapos, tuloy-tuloy sa common bile duct, tuloy-tuloy sa distal biliary passages sa liver. Maliwanag yon? Mary Louise?
Yes po, Doc.
Maliwanag, ha? Magkaiba sila ng migration, ha? Yung isa, dire-diretso, binutas yung intestine. Itong Clonorchis sa Capillinus, naghanap ng butas na. Now, they become adult in the habitat. The adult produces eggs and discharge in the bile duct, evacuated with the stool in a body of water. So yung eggs napunta na sa water. Yung eggs ng Fasciola hepatica are immature. Ang eggs when laid. So these immature eggs develop in the water. Yung immature egg ng hepatica mature in the water and then hatch. Miracidium will escape from the egg. Pag nag-hatch sila, lalabas ang miracidium. Yung Clonorchis and Opistorchis, the miracidium hatches only after being ingested by the first intermediate host snail. Maliwanag yun, ha? Queenie, maliwanag?
Yes po, Doc.
Nasa notes?
Yes po.
Okay, so the miracidium develop in the first intermediate host, snail, until they become cercaria. In the first intermediate host, they become cercaria. And cercaria escape from the first intermediate host snail, swim in the water until they come in contact with the second intermediate host. Cercaria ensists in the second intermediate host and becomes metacercaria, the infective stage. The metacercaria infective stage of Fasciola hepatica found in aquatic vegetation like watercress. The metacercaria, the infective stage of Clonorchis and Opistorchis are found in fish. Maliwanag, ito ang life cycle ng liver fluke. Now, puntahan natin yung nag-iisang lung fluke. Paragonimus westermani. Ano ang common name? Oriental lung fluke. Natatandaan nyo na yung sinabi ko sa inyo tungkol sa oriental. Ito, another oriental fluke. Paragonimus westermani, oriental lung fluke. Iba yung oriental blood fluke. Iba yung oriental liver fluke. Iba ang oriental lung fluke. Huwag malilito. Okay? Tuloy natin. Disease produced paragonimiasis. Pulmonary dystomiasis. Endemic hemoptysis. Geographical distribution. Far East, Philippines, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, China, Taiwan. Habitat, lungs, encapsulated in cystic structure adjacent to the bronchi in the lung. Okay? Ito siya. It is plump, robust. Ayan, plump. Ovoidal. Mapintog. Plump. With oral ventral sucker. And you will notice, these are the testes. Dendritic testes. Side by side. Between the ventral sucker and the posterior end. Between the ventral sucker and the posterior end. So you will notice, medyo mataas, higher ang lagay nitong testis, no? Side by side, higher, mas mataas. This is the ovary uterus. Okay. And take note, ito pa isang tandaan nyo. They have simple intestinal ceca with zigzag intestinal ceca. Kita nyo? Zigzag intestinal ceca. They have zigzag intestinal ceca. Maliwanag yun. Mary Pauline?
Yes, po.
Okay. Now, this is the egg. You will notice the egg is immature when laid. Immature when laid. They have flat operculum and look at the posterior end. There is opercular thickening. Flat operculum and opercular thickening. Pag sinabing opercular, ibig sabihin opposite the operculum. So opercular, ito yun. Opposite the operculum, opercular thickening. This is thickened. Merong opercular thickening. Opposite the operculum. Immature when laid. Maliwanag ba yun? Okay. Tuloy natin. Oh, eto na. Etong adult, plump. Tingnan nyo, zigzag kagad ang mapapansin ninyo. Zigzag intestinal ceca. Andito ang testis side by side, no? Between the ventral sucker and the posterior end, kaya mas mataas. Okay? Ito ang egg. Tingnan nyo ang egg. Immature when laid. This is the flattened operculum. Flattened operculum with opercular thickening. Ayan. Ito yung tinatawag na opercular thickening. Opercular thickening, flattened operculum, immature when laid. The egg of Langfluke Paragonimus westermani. Maliwanag ba, Francia?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay, tuloy natin. May tanong? Francia, may tanong?
Wala po, Doc.
Okay, good. Now, ito, ang Paragonimus. The first intermediate host, Antimelania asperata. This is the snail, Antimelania asperata. And this is the larval development in the snail. Larval development in the snail. Sporosis, Regia cercaria. Sporosis, Regia cercaria. Okay, maliwanag ha. Paragonimus, Sporosis, Regia cercaria. And the second intermediate host is Sunda-telpusa filipina. Sunda-telpusa filipina. Okay. Ano yung Sunda-telpusa filipina? Crabs, di ba? Crab. Jason, anong crabs ang alam mo? Ano lang? Ha? Anong crabs ang alam mo? Correct, ayun. Alimango, alimasag, di ba? Crabs yun. Pero, itong Sunda-telpusa, yung maliit na crabs. Ano tawag doon? Jason, meron sa notes? Wala? Jason? Wala sa notes? Yung maliit na crab? Yung mas mahal yung babae? Anong crab yung mas mahal yung babae? Bonifacio.
Talangka po, Doc.
Ha?
Yung talangka po.
Correct, talangka. Maliit na crabs yung talangka. Mas mahal yung babae. Kasi maraming gonads. Kasi sabi nila taba yun. Hindi, gonads yun. Kaya mas mahal ang babaeng talangka. Okay. At yun ang second intermediate host ng Paragonimus westermani. Sunda-telpusa filipina. Okay. Ito ang life cycle ng Paragonimus westermani. The manner of transmission is by ingestion of the metacercariae from raw or improperly cooked crabs or crayfish, or those soaked in rice wine. No? Yan. Ewan ko sa Korea yata yun. Dinidikdik nila yung crabs. Tapos yung juice, pinaiinom doon sa pasyenteng may diarrhea. Paano kung may metacardia yung crabs? Binigyan mo ngayon ng infective stage. Magkakaroon na siya ng paragonimiasis, may diarrhea pa siya. No? Anyway, now, so, this metacardia is ingested, goes into the duodenum, exists in the duodenum, and migrate through the intestinal wall, o parang pasyola, migrate the intestinal wall, napunta sa abdominal cavity, lumabas ng intestine, then the migrating larva migrate through the diaphragm, umakyat, pumunta sa diaphragm, sa pleural cavity, tapos pumunta sa lungs. Did you get that? Lenice? Eleanor?
Yes po, Doc.
Nasa life cycle mo to?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. Now, in the vicinity of the bronchioles, becomes adult in pairs, in tissue capsules. Adult pairs in tissue capsule laid down by the host. The adult lay immature egg. You remember the egg of Paragonimus, which are immature. The eggs from pulmonary pocket escape through the bronchioles, cup up, voided in the sputum, or are swallowed and pass out in the stool. In the water, the eggs mature. The miracidium hatch, escape and become free and swim in the water. The miracidium comes in contact with the first intermediate host, Antimelania aspirata, and develop into Sporosis regia cercaria. Cercariae escape from snail, swim and comes in contact with the second intermediate host, like crabs, and encyst becomes the infective metacercaria. Maliwanag ba? Rex? Rex Marvin?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. Nasa notes ninyo lahat ito?
Yes po.
Okay. So, yan ang Paragonimus life cycle. Pathology. They provoke inflammatory reaction and granulomatous reaction in the lung with fibrotic encapsulation. Provoke leukocytic infiltration with layer of fibrous tissue, producing cystic encapsulation of the parasite. And around the worm, accumulation of blood stains thick, purulent fluid with flecks of rusty material. These flecks of rusty materials are eggs. Actually, eggs itong flecks of rusty materials. Generalized or localized diffuse fibrosis. Cystic dilatation of the bronchi. Cystic dilatation of the bronchi. There is persistent pneumonia, tubercle-like abscess. Worm may reach and develop in ectopic foci because of diffuse migration from intestine to the lungs. Symptomatology, the patient will have fever, chills, fever, headache. Chills, fever, headache. Persistent cough, hemoptysis, and distressing chest pain. viscous sputum, flecked with dark golden brown particles. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyong eggs. No? Yung fleck of golden brown particle, eggs yun. And this closely resemble the pulmonary tuberculosis. Remember, Paragonimus is in the lung. So, tandaan ninyo ang mga symptomatology nasa lungs, no? Physical signs may suggest bronchopneumonia, bronchiectasis with pleural effusion. There is abdominal type, like dull abdominal pain and diarrhea. And there is also cerebral type, like Jacksonian type of epilepsy, hemiplegia, or visual disturbances. Now, worms in the subcutaneous tissue may cause creeping tumor in the subcutaneous tissue. Now, diagnosis, demonstration of eggs from sputum, aspirated pleural effusion, or stool. Chest film may show patchy, infiltrate, nodular cystic shadow. X-ray is non-specific, no? Another diagnostic procedure, complement fixation test. Okay? Paragonimus westermani, drug use, praziquantel, control and prevention, abstinence from eating raw, improperly cooked crabs or crayfish. Proper washing of hands, to prevent contamination of hands and fingers with metacercaria while preparing infected crabs or crayfish. Okay? Ito ang nagsosolo, nag-iisang lung fluke. So we go now to intestinal fluke. Intestinal fluke. So we have Pachyolopsis buski. Pachyolopsis buski, the giant intestinal fluke. The giant intestinal fluke. So this Pachyolopsis buski is big. Giant, eh? So giant intestinal fluke. Producing the disease called Pachyolopsiasis. Pachyolopsiasis. Geographical distribution, Central and South China, Vietnam, and Thailand. Habitat, small intestine attached to the duodenal and jejunal wall in the small intestine. Pachyolopsis buski. Ayan. What did you notice? Parang kasing laki din siya ng Pachyolus hepatica, di ba? Parang Pachyolus hepatica. Anong difference? Tignan natin ang difference, ha? Tandaan nyo. If you look at the anterior end, there is no cephalic cone. No cephalic cone. Posterior end, this one is broadly rounded posterior end. Broadly rounded posterior end. Okay? And another thing, look at the intestinal ceca. Intestinal ceca with double indentation of the intestinal ceca. Double indentation of the intestinal ceca. Nakalagay ba dyan? Sharish?
Meron pang nakalagay, Doc.
Nakalagay, ha?
Apa.
Double indentation of this intestinal ceca. Now look, these are the testes in tandem, dendritic, ovary, uterus, oral ventral sac. So, ang tandaan ninyo, nocephalic cone, broadly rounded base with double indentation of the intestinal ceca. Double indentation of the intestinal ceca. And the egg is identical with the egg of Fasciola hepatica. Pareho sila ng egg. They are large egg, immature when laid with operculum, like a chicken's egg. Large egg, immature, like a chicken's egg. Large egg. Maliwanag yun. Tuloy natin. Ayan. Nocephalic cone, broadly rounded posterior end. Broadly rounded posterior end. And hindi kita dito ang double indentation of the intestinal ceca. Double indentation of intestinal ceca. Yung tatlong yun ang tandaan nyo. No? Kasi yung iba, ito dendritic testis in tandem, dendritic ovary, this is the uterus, oral ventral sac. No? Pero ang tandaan nyo, nocephalic cone, rounded posterior end, broadly rounded posterior end, with double indentation of the intestinal ceca. And this is the egg, like the egg of Fasciola hepatica. Large egg, immature when laid. Immature when, like a chicken's egg, operculated with operculum, like a chicken's egg. The egg of Pachyolopsis busci. Okay. Continue. Pachyolopsis busci. First intermediate host, Segmentina hemispirula. Segmentina hemispirula. The first intermediate host, Segmentina. And the larval development is Sporosis regia cercaria. Sporosis regia cercaria. Parang sa Fasciola din yung larval development, di ba? Okay. Now, this is the first intermediate host, snail. Now, second intermediate host, aquatic vegetation. Parang Fasciola din. Ano aquatic vegetation? The second intermediate host, water bamboo, water caltrop, water chestnut, and roots of lotus. Okay? Maliwanag. Tuloy natin. Pachyolopsis busci, pathology. They produce traumatic, obstructive, or toxic damage. Producing traumatic, obstructive, or toxic damage. T-O-T, tot. T-O-T, tot. Traumatic, obstructive, and toxic damage. There is inflammation and ulceration of the mucosa. Inflammation and ulceration of the mucosa. Abscess and hemorrhages. Producing abscess and hemorrhages. Because of the size, they produce acute ileus, partial obstruction of the bowel. Because of the size, they produce acute ileus, partial obstruction of the bowel. And ito pa, profound intoxication and sensitization. Importante ito, ha? Profound intoxication and sensitization. Fasciolopsis busci. Tandaan niyo ito, importante ito. Profound intoxication and sensitization. Now, symptomatology. There is toxic diarrhea with hunger pain. Toxic diarrhea with hunger pain. There is ascites, edema of face, abdominal wall, and lower limb. There is edema of face, abdominal wall, and lower pain. There is ascites. Nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. Intestinal ito eh. Dry skin with extreme prostration. Dry skin with extreme prostration. And, kaya sabi ko sa inyo, importante ito. Death may be due to profound intoxication. Death due to profound intoxication. Maliwanag ba? Maliwanag, ha? Gail? And maliwanag?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay, tuloy natin. Diagnosis. Stool examination. Drug use. Praziquantel. Control and prevention. Proper cleaning of aquatic vegetation before eating. Public education. Prohibition of use of night soil as fertilizer in aquatic vegetation. O yung stool ginagamit na fertilizer. Bawal yon. Huwag niyong paggamit yun. Maliwanag? Okay. Now, Echinostoma iloccanum. Sa pangalan lang, mukhang local, ano? Echinostoma iloccanum. Common name, Garrison's fluke. Garrison's fluke. Echinostoma iloccanum was discovered in a Filipino prisoner by Garrison. Kaya, tinawag na Garrison's fluke ang Echinostoma iloccanum, producing the disease called echinostomiasis. Echinostomiasis. Geographical distribution, Philippines, Thailand. Philippines and Thailand. This is an intestinal fluke. So, it is attached to the wall of the small intestine. That is the habitat. Okay, this is the worm. Look at the worm. This is also a small fluke. It is a small fluke. And look at the anterior end. This is the oral sucker, ventral sucker. There is a circumoral disc. Circumoral disc with collarette of spines. Ayan, nasa anterior end yan. Siya lang ang merong ganon. Circumoral disc with collarette of spine. Ito yun. They have simple intestinal ceca. They have lobe testis in tandem. This is the uterus. This is the ovary uterus. Okay. And this is the egg, ovoidal egg, immature when laid. Ovoidal, immature when laid. And you can see they have a prominent germ ball. This is the prominent germ ball. If you cannot see this prominent germ ball, then look at the operculum. They have small, darkened, triangular operculum. Small, darkened, triangular operculum. Yan. If you cannot see this prominent germ ball, then look at the operculum. The operculum is small, triangular, darkened operculum. Tingnan natin. Ayan. Ito yung anterior end with circumoral disc, and this circumoral disc with collarette of spine. Siya lang ang merong ganon. No? Maria Clarissa, meron ka nitong description?
Yes po, Doc.
Oo. Circumoral disc with collarette of spine. Ha? Siya lang ang meron yan. Okay. Meron siyang lobe, testis in tandem. This is the ovary, uterus, oral ventral sacle. Okay. Vitellaria. Okay. And this is the egg. This is ovoidal, immature when laid. You cannot see the prominent germ ball. So look at the operculum. They have small, darkened, triangular operculum. Small, darkened, triangular operculum. Okay? Immature when laid. Now, Echinostomi lucanum. The first intermediate host is snail, is Gyrolus convexusculus. The first intermediate host is snail, Gyrolus convexusculus. The second intermediate host is another snail, Pila lusonica or Pila conica. So, you will notice for Echinostoma lucanum, the first and second intermediate hosts are both snail. Maliwanag yun, ha? Both snail. And the larval development in Gyrolus convexusculus, Regia cercaria. And the second intermediate host, Pila lusonica. Madaling tandaan. Yung Ilocos nasa Luzon. Kaya Pila lusonica or Pila conica. Madaling tandaan ang lusonica. Nandun ang Ilocos. At itong Pila, itong snail na ito, yung kinakain natin, yung kuhol. Yung malaking snail na kinakain natin. Pila lusonica. Kuhol. Okay? Now, pathology. They can cause inflammation and ulceration at the site of attachment. There is generalized toxic presence, but this is mild. No? Mild lang itong Echinostoma lucanum compare sa Phaseolopsis busci. No? This is mild there. Now, there is intestinal colic and diarrhea. Eosinophilia may also be present. Mild ang Echinostoma lucanum infection. Diagnosis, stool examination. Drug use, Praziquantel. Control and prevention. Destruction of molluscan vector. Avoid eating raw or improperly cooked snails in endemic area. This is Echinostoma illucanum, intestinal fluke. Now we go to another intestinal fluke, Heteropis. Heteropis producing the disease called heteropiasis. Heteropiasis, found in Egypt, Nile Delta, Turkey, and the Far East. Geographical distribution, Egypt, Nile Delta, Turkey, and the Far East. Habitat, small intestine, intestinal fluke. So, wall of the small intestine. Heteropis. First intermediate host, Pironella conica. Okay, Pironella conica. Larval development in this Pironella conica, Sporosis regia cercaria. Second intermediate host, Tilapia nilotica. Ayan, ang second intermediate host ng Heteropis. There is inflammation and irritation. Eggs may be filtered through the intestinal wall, mesenteric venules, filtered in cardiac valves and myocardium, causing myocarditis. Oh, kaya lang nasama itong heteropis dahil they can cause myocarditis, no? Yun lang ang dahilan kaya nasama to, itong myocarditis. Bihira pang mangyari yun, no? So, symptomatology, colicky pains, abdominal discomfort and tenderness. There may be chronic intermittent mucus diarrhea. Okay? Diagnosis is stool examination. Drug use, praziquantel. Control and prevention. Destruction of molluscan vector. Curtail practice of eating raw, improperly cooked salted fish. Heteropis, and Metagonimus yokogawai. Common name, Yokogawai's fluke. Producing metagonimiasis. Geographical distribution, Far East. The habitat, it is attached to the wall of the upper and middle jejunum. Metagonimus westermann. Yokogawai. Metagonimus yokogawai. First intermediate host, Semisulcuspira libertine. Larval development in this snail host is sporosis, regia cercaria. Sporosis, regia cercaria. Oh, remember this larval development? Parang Phaseolopsis, di ba? Sporosis, regia cercaria. Anyway, second intermediate host, fish. Metagonimus Yokogawai. Pathology, there is inflammation. Egg may enter the lymphatic or mesenteric venules, causing granulomatous lesion in the myocardium, brain, spinal cord, and other tissue. May cause myocarditis. This is the reason why this parasite Metagonimus yokogawai was included in this lecture. Maliwanag? Meron ding myocarditis ito. Okay. Symptomatology depends on the number of worms and the organ involved. Stool examination is the diagnosis, and you give praziquantel. Control and prevention, destroy molluscan vector and eat properly cooked fish. And now, these are Heteropis, Haplorchis yokogawai, Metagonimus yokogawai. You remember Haplorchis? Half. Half of 2, 1. Kaya siya nasama dito. Siya lang ang isa, ang testis. Haplorchis yokogawai. Okay, now, itong Heteropis, meron daw itong genital sucker. So meron siyang oral, ventral sucker, saka genital sucker dito. Wala naman akong makita. Okay. Ito ang kanyang testis. Ito ang simple intestinal ceca. No? Yung mga simple intestinal ceca. Simple intestinal ceca. Sa Metagonimus, the ventral sucker is tilted to the right. The ventral sucker is tilted to the right, forming a longitudinal axis. Forming a longitudinal axis. The testis may be equal in size or unequal in size. Ayan. May be equal in size or unequal in size. Okay. Metagonimus yokogawai, Heteropis. Okay? The eggs are old-fashioned electric bulb with shoulder rim, operculum, mature when laid. Mature when laid. Okay. Ayan. Life cycle. The manner of transmission is ingestion of metacercaria from raw or improperly cooked second intermediate host. The second intermediate host of Phaseolopsis busci, aquatic vegetation. The second intermediate host of Echinostoma elocanum, another snail. Yung kuhol, no, Pila lusonica. The second intermediate host of Heteropis and Metagonimus yokogawai are fish. So we ingest the metacercaria. This metacercaria exists in the small intestine and attached to the wall, becomes adult. Becomes adult na, hindi na umalis. Pagdating sa small intestine, naging adult na sila because they are intestinal fluke. So, nandun na sila sa habitat. The adult produces egg and evacuated with the stool in a body of water. Ayan. Now, immature when laid. The eggs are immature when laid. The eggs of Phaseolopsis busci and Echinostoma elocanum. These eggs mature in the water, then hatch. Release of miracidium. Okay? These are the eggs of Pachyolopsis busci and Echinostoma illucanum, immature when laid. Now, the adult produces eggs and evacuated with the stool in a body of water. The eggs are mature when laid. These are the eggs of Heteropis heteropis, Metagonimus yokogawai, old-fashioned electric bulb. And these eggs hatches after they have been ingested by the snail, and the miracidium escape. Okay, now, this miracidium developed in the first intermediate host snail into Cercaria. Pachyolopsis busci, Sporosis regia cercaria. Echinostoma illucanum, regia cercaria. Heteropis heteropis, Sporosis regia cercaria. Metagonimus yokogawai, pareho ng Pachyolopsis busci, Sporosis regia cercaria. All of them develop into Cercaria. Then Cercaria escape from the snail into the second intermediate host, becomes Metacercaria, the infective stage, the life cycle of intestinal fluid. Is that clear? Angelica, maliwanag? Angelica? Oh, maliwanag?
Opo.
Stephen John, maliwanag?
Yes po.
Pearson, Brad?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. Tingnan ko. Si Rebecca, andito pa rin. Maliwanag?
Yes po, Doc.
Sige. Magtatanong ako. Gusto ko lahat sasagot, ha? Lahat sasagot. Question. Natuto ba kayo ngayon? Did
Yes,
you learn
Doc.
something?
Yes, Doc.
Good. Kung natuto kayo, gawin ninyo yung dati kong sinasabi sa inyo. This is your time for para. Huwag niyo sayangin yung oras ninyo. Balikan ninyo yung simula ng lecture natin. No? Reviewin ninyo para pag nag-plating ulit tayo on Tuesday, kabisado nyo na. Re-review na lang kayo uli. Maliwanag ba yon? Huwag niyong sayangin yung oras ninyo sa para. Sabi ko nga sa ibang pagkakataon, pati yung oras ng para, nakukuha pa eh. Huwag niyong paubaya sa iba. Yung oras ng para sa para. Para sa para. Okay? Maliwanag? Then, you review.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc.
Welcome. Welcome.